Today's my 100 piece. Today's my Wilt Chamberlain day. And if you're just some chick wandering onto the podcast, Wilt Chamberlain was a basketball player, and he's the only player to score 100 points in a game, which is the most points ever scored. The only thing that ever come close, ladies, was Kobe Bryant. He scored 81 points. And for some reason, that's more celebrated than the 100 points because Wilt Chamberlain was an old basketball player. The only highlight reel is him in black and white. And Kobe did it more in a modern day. So that's why it's celebrated. Rattle that one off to your boyfriends, and they'll be impressed. They'll want to maybe sleep with you for the first time. I don't know, like 2 weeks. I don't want to sell you short. I'm sure you're a good looking gal. I'm sure you're nice and tight body, not that fucking gaping pussy, or you don't know anything about sports, but you've let every sort of athlete bang the shit out of you. In high school, you fucked the whole football team. You fucked a whole 53-man roster. But gun to your head, you couldn't explain what first and 10 means. I'm angry about stuff in my personal life. I'm taking it out on women right now. Which, can we all agree that chicks, they're a pretty undeserving species? But if I could pick a group of women to jump the line and be first in the firing squad execution, it'd probably be the grown women wearing sashes, whether that be for celebrating a birthday or a bachelorette party. Those are the first in my mind that should go out and fucking die deservingly. Just awful people. I saw somebody that I know where they're in a group and they were wearing the sashes, and I was just like, oh, fucking A. That's unfortunate that I've spoken to that person face to face and enlightened perspective into their life. And every conversation I've ever had, I know I walk away touching that person's life, whether it be a woman or man, the only two genders. Whether that be anybody, I've walked away and I've only made their life better because I'm such a playable character. Talking about Kobe Bryant and how not just certain groups, but how all women is probably the most deserving group of people to just fucking wipe off. I have to clear my memory cards in these cameras, and there's this option where I gotta wipe all history, so I can't just delete it. Sometimes there's, I don't know, something a fucking nerd would be able to explain better than I. But as you can see, my forte is more Kobe Bryant 81 points versus Wilt Chamberlain's 100 points, which I'll get back to that here in a moment. But there's this option on my SD card for my cameras where I have to delete all traces. Just do that to the women. That's what these men want. I'm trying my hardest to root for the incel. I don't necessarily support much of what they say. I know I come off with an incel. It's a joke. These men will go to their graves believing what they say. Now, what I say is just shit. Life's meaningless anyways. Even if I did die on a hill for better and not worse, these incels for worse are dying on these hills. I'm rooting for women in birthday sashes. They say statistically you're more likely to die on your birthday. Yeah, it would be funny if the girl with a birthday sash who was celebrating her birthday died on her birthday. Way to draw attention to yourself. No, I am rooting for these women, and I truly hope that they don't cheat on their significant others and it goes under the radar and nobody ever finds out. I'm rooting for all sorts of women, even the ones that don't do that. I want everybody to thrive, and I understand world peace and those stickers coexist. It'll never happen in the history of mankind. It just never will happen, and it's sad, and it truly breaks my heart. And that's why I think nothing's meaningless. I think a lot of these men are virgins. The signs are tall tale with Sydney Sweeney. You're calling her gross. I loved that picture of Sydney Sweeney. I thought it was the sexiest shit I've seen in all week without going to a porn website. These men are just out of control. I don't think I am, but I'm sure I have incel qualities, and I don't care for it. But at the same time, nothing fucking it's meaningless. To get back to Wilt Chamberlain, ladies and gentlemen, today I've hit my Wilt Chamberlain, my 100 piece. Today is my 100th day of being sober, which is it's the most I've ever gone. The second most, 98 days. I was 2 days away from 100 in May, and I said, fuck it. And I drank all summer. Nearing the end of 2024, and I said, God, it does suck that I fell off the wagon just 2 days before the triple digits. And I said, well, if I quit drinking right now, I'll hit triple digits before the end of the year. And that's exactly what I did. And before I get a pat on the back, I don't want one because it's all shit. It's coming to an end. I get to meet my internet girlfriend in real life. I think a beer is in order times like 18. Just show her the true addictive substance abuse alcoholic I am. And if she's there with me after the bender, then yeah, obviously we're getting married, and we'll turn this internet shit into some real hot and heavy analog stuff, uh, where we'll be a real life couple. What's that show? I always put it on when I have visitors. It's on one of the bullshit free subscriptions that have TV channels, but they're not really TV channels. It's called Match Married Me. I think they get married with a fucking, like, one of those ISIS potato sacks over an American's head. And then they do some kind of bullshit kiss. And they got all their friends and family there. And which you're in a real vulnerable position. I'm sure these are like sad people that are like they can find everything into their 5 friends in their life, and that includes like mom and dad and maybe a sister. And so I'm sure they're in on it, but yeah, they get married with one of these terrorist group masks over their head, and then they take it off, and then they recap it like a month later. Sometimes it works out, but other times it's like they're packing up their bags and they're like, yeah, of course this wasn't going to fucking work. And I opted in for Tender Plus, where I, who lives in Portland, Maine, just matched with you, who lives in fucking Portland, Oregon. 30 days it ran its course. But that's not going to happen with me and my internet girlfriend. And I actually hit 120 days the day before. Maybe I won't even drink. Who knows? Don't give me a pat on the back, guys, because all I did with that was fall in love with a woman on the internet. Instead of drinking, I was investing emotion into this fabulous woman I met on the internet. I half met her. I've seen her in real life. Not that I gotta fucking defend it. I could have never met this woman ever. I could have at all times in my life been 1,000 miles away. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I half met her once at a concert. We saw each other. It was a Lil B the Bass God concert. Lil B retweeted me like after the concert, and she recognized me, and we followed each other, and we've been mutuals ever since. And now we're just internet boyfriend and girlfriend trying to make this shit analog. Don't pat me on the back. That's what I told my friends, although I secretly wish they reached out a little bit more. And they said, hey, Josh, I understand that you made this life-changing decision where you drank every day for 7 years. You drank beers every day for 7 years of your life. You just stopped on a dime. Granted, there was some slips, but I just want to check in on you. How's that going? Oh, you're fucking lonely in Chicago too. And you made a crazy lifestyle change. Yeah, I just wish they would have checked in a couple more times, but uh, that's just me being petty. And it's hardly petty. If the boys came here, I'd say, fuck yeah, let's relapse. I'm trying to start a YouTube channel. I've done that since I've become sober, and it took a while. It took a month and a half to really think about it and be like, is this what I want to do? I think this is what I want to do. And when I'm not doing that, my usage and porn and jerking off has skyrocketed. I think I might be a sex addict. I'm taking stock of my emotions. I don't know. I think I need to get a clinical analysis what the fuck's going on with my head because I think there's something wrong. But truth be told, I'm not gonna fucking do that. That's insane. I'm not gonna fucking check in with the CEO and say, hey, is it cool if I go get a clinical mental analysis? And will you guys help me with that? You don't have to cover the whole thing. Oh, you will? Okay, good. Because I was ready to fucking kill you with 3 bullets with your back turned against me. I'm glad we're on the same page. We're not just on the same page. We're on the same sentence, the same word. It's beautiful. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna ride it out like an incel. And I think I'm going to just embrace the incel. I know I'm smarter than an incel. I know I may say things like an incel. But let me put it like this. I tell jokes for black people who use the N word. I don't tell jokes for white people who use the N word. And I think that's where I am with incels. I think I say the same things, but I don't think they're said the same way. That's deep, Josh. I'd be happy to lean into that a little bit more. Congratulate me if you want. If anything, sobriety's turned me more into an incel. Sobriety's been great. I love that picture of Sid Sween. I'm curious to wonder how I'd feel if I was still drinking 8 to 10 beers a day at peak. But I'd probably still like what I see. I think she's a gorgeous woman. The friend has an unflattering picture of us in their phones. And if they sent that to you every fucking day or just plastered it outside your door, you'd be like, what the fuck? Lay off. We all have an unflattering picture. And that picture that your friend has is way fucking worse than that fucking instant rock hard cock photo, whatever fucking paparazzo invading her privacy, may I add. But fucking blessing, thank you. That fucking unflattering picture is way worse than that. All right? She didn't have a fucking cockeyed. I'd take a couple curves over a cockeyed. I've dumped a woman because she had a cocked eye. And it was fucked up, man. It was probably the most shallow I'd ever been. Real sweet personality. And I'm just fucking stringing her along, taking fucking videos of her, like acting like I'm being cute. Like, oh my god, you're so fucking gorgeous. And I'm fucking zooming into her face and studying the film when she leaves. I'm like, oh my god, this bitch has a fucking cocked eye. They're not gonna do another season of Euphoria for another 5 years. It's the off season, okay? That's fine. Let me put it in perspective for you gentlemen. Sometimes your favorite athlete, when he's not throwing 250 yards a game and has 3 touchdowns, and you're fucking salivating at the television screen, he's fucking putting on weight. He's doing what he fucking wants. 100 days sober, ladies and gentlemen. I'm such a fucking incel. Talking about Kobe Bryant, Wilt Chamberlain. That's fucking sad. I also find it extremely fucking suspect that the most points scored in a game is just a flat 100. And it's never been broken. Like the NBA is a script. It just sounds too perfect. 100. It sounds made up too. What's the most amount of points? And someone just said 100. Like that was the first thing that popped in their mind. That fucking photo of Wilt Chamberlain holding up 100 with a piece of paper. That was probably the first photoshopped picture ever because of some lie somebody told. And in reality, Kobe Bryant probably has the most points scored in a basketball game. And then that makes it embarrassing for Wilt Chamberlain. So you fucked 10,000 women, but you couldn't even score 100 points in a game with a bunch of white guys? Are you kidding me? You're fucking revered. You're a fucking joke, Wilt Chamberlain. How is it that you fucked 10,000 women supposedly, but somebody as great and as charismatic as Magic Johnson gets AIDS? It's insane. I think whoever's protecting Wilt Chamberlain is a fucking fraud. I think Wilt Chamberlain's a fraud, and I think that if I could pick AIDS and helicopter crash, I would probably pick Chamberlain. He did it in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It all sounds fucking made up. I don't believe it. But yet here I am referencing it, and he gets 100 points against fucking 5 white guys. That's fucking embarrassing. And with how much the fucking, and I know it's getting closer and closer, but with how much the three ball is in the NBA. Oh, sorry, ladies. The rest of this is for the incels. But I do want to say that with it. No, I don't even have to say it. Anybody that knows basketball knows what I'm about to say. Fuck that. I'm 100 days sober, guys. I'm an incel. I watch a lot of porn and I jerk off way too much, and that's what I've done in my 100 days of sobriety. And then there's some internal shit that I gotta fucking work out where I tell my friends don't pat me on the back, but then I say, oh, I wish they would have checked in on me more. That's an internal thing. That's something I need to address to them. But if my friends are watching this, I am very lonely and I miss you guys. And that's going to get me ripped apart on the incel Reddit threads. And say, oh, you fucking miss your friends? You fucking homo? Get the fuck out of here. They're going to say, oh, you miss your friends, you fucking homo? What are your friends a bunch of fucking fag hags because they're hanging out with you? They fucking gravitate towards you because you show them all the love? Get the fuck out of here. You're not one of us. Oh, you think Sydney Sweeney is fucking hot in that photo? You could never. You're a fucking shame and embarrassment to us all. Oh, you jerked off to that picture 2.5 times, and it's only half because your fucking fag hag friends called you and you had to quit jerking off your cock? Get the fuck out of here, Josh. You're not a true incel. Go back to fucking stop drinking beers and stop shitting on women. You're a fucking piece of shit. You could never hang. We always wondered about you. We always thought you were suspect, offering a different point of view. You're just a fucking bitch. Josh misses his friends. Aww. Josh misses his booze. He's thinking about relapsing. Shut the fuck up, fag. You little fucking flamer. You and your whole friends take off the month of June for the Pride Month because you all love each other. Shut the fuck up. You're not a real incel. Get the fuck out of here. Stay off Reddit. We're gonna have all the fucking moderators fucking ban you off of fucking our cars, our fight club, and our finance. You fucking poor piece of shit. You're never one of us. All right, guys, 100 days sober. You'll be the first to know if I fall off the wagon. I'm not really doing it for any fucking good reason. Honestly, the truth be told, I when I first started tinkering with the idea of being sober, it was about last January, and I was like, I have a friend that got sober, and he's pretty fucking annoying about it, and I could do the same thing, and I could be way less annoying about it. But the fact that I even fucking bring it up for a podcast episode and wish my friends checked up on me, mostly because I'm lonely, but the drinking definitely would help me not think about it. So I guess I'm just a fucking bitch, and I didn't do it better than that fucking guy. So I'm sober for all the wrong reasons, guys. Although I did meet the love of my life. Check out the social media pages. I post the full episodes on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. I'm uploading clips. Follow that. It's linked to this channel if you're watching on YouTube. And hopefully, I'll be throwing out some clips at the first of the year. And if you're convicted rapist or rape allegations are coming up, just go ahead and start eating meat again and start believing in Jesus Christ more than ever. You can't say you don't believe in the guy because he's more of a historical figure. He only gets 2 paragraphs in the history books, but he has a whole fucking Bible and teachings. You should check that out if you have rape allegations and you're an English comic who's bragging about eating steak at Mar-a-Lago. Other than that, if that doesn't pertain to you, then I think we see eye to eye on a lot of things. Even if you're a woman with a birthday sash, you have my undivided attention when I speak to you. But just now, I probably say awful things about you behind your back, and I'm not much better than you. So definitely check out the social media pages, guys. And fucking please, for the love of fucking God, have a beer for me, please. Thank you. Bye.